Hello again, YouTube. This is the Truth Blaster, aka Prophet Howard. Today we're gonna begin a lot of videos about friendship and friends. The Most High led me to talk about this. Because a lot of people are dealing with this. They're distracted by their need of people, etc., and so forth. This message is entitled Friends and Why You May Not Have Any. Why you may not have any. Now, I'm gonna try to be real brief with this first one. This is gonna be the introduction to this series. Now, understand something. Let me start with a story. So I was in Walgreens, and I was behind a woman and her daughter, and her daughter was all happy and talking about, I guess she went to school. Schools are starting to open back up in this Milwaukee area. And she's like, yeah, I have 4 friends and this and that and the other. And, I'm popular at school and blah, blah, blah. And her mother was like, that's good. And, or no, she said it like this. She said, I only have 4 friends. She said, only. The guy that was working at Walgreens said, shoot, that's good. I don't have any friends. And her mother was saying the same thing, like, I don't have any friends. And I want to start out by telling you why that may be. You know how when you little, you in elementary school, you in middle school, sometimes it just depends. And people are more accepting. They're more apt to open up to friendship and start playing with kids and dealing with kids that they don't know because they haven't been corrupted yet. They still have their innocence. That's the first point. Why you may not have any friends or very little friends is because the people are being corrupted by social media. That's why people call Facebook fake book. Social media takes away the ability and the desire to interact. You just rather, as a lot of people feel, it's more convenient to just be somewhere on their phone instead of calling somebody, instead of saying, hey, I'm finna come over there and watch the game with you. Most people, especially the people under the age of 40, this is what they do. They're being corrupted by social media. So it's really anti-social media because there's no more interaction. And now the people who don't like you for whatever reason, they can cause with their actions other people to feel the same way about you, which creates a disconnect with many. That's the first reason why a lot of people do not have that many friends or don't have any friends. So don't think it's just you. Don't feel bad. Enjoy your life. It's not just you. Now me, I don't know, give or take, I would say I have between 0 and maybe 4 friends. It just depends on how they truly feel. If I go by people's actions, I would say I possibly have a couple, but the people I'm talking about, they are being corrupted by social media as well. And some of them only will text. They won't call. And this is a problem. Because when you're dealing with young kids, 12, 13, 14, and they ain't got no friends over, what's gonna happen? They're gonna gravitate to online. Now, the second point, online is the worst place to look for friends. You may find them, but chances are slim to none. Again, the social media, the internet has corrupted friendships and the ability to make, like, case in point, I got a guy that I grew up with, known him since I was 11, 12 years old. I look at how he acts now, I'll be like, whoa, this dude, he tripping. He ain't no friend no more. Cause like the stuff that he says, the stuff that he does, I'm like, no, he ain't used to be like this. So I understand that he's not a friend anymore. Even though he's on my page. He's not a friend anymore. I look at how he acts and how he thinks, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this dude is different. This guy is a different guy now. And that's the way it be. Because, number one, because of social media. This is why I tell my wife all the time, jobs were more fun in the 90s, like in the early 90s, before this internet stuff, before cell phones was popular. When we had a party at work, everybody was there. Even going back to the early 2000s. I worked at a nursing home, and we used to frustrate the supervisors because they could not break through any of us. They came out there and was picking on one. Everybody else came to their defense. Or they'll go to this person, go to that person, like, wait a minute. So people would go and ask, hey, such and such, is this what we doing now? They couldn't pick on any of us. And we had Christmas parties. That wasn't even a high-paying job. But yet, those Christmas parties were more stacked with food than the Christmas parties of my job that I had making over $20 an hour. And everybody, wasn't no funny acting stuff. People was eating each other's food because they trusted each other, because we dealt with each other, because we liked each other. That was before all this Instagram, Facebook, all that. That was before all of that. People was giving each other rides home. Wasn't no big deal. It was just better when it comes in terms of friendship. So I want you kids to understand. Do not worry about the bullies at your school. If somebody trying to bully you, tell on them. Tell somebody. Don't hold it in. Don't feel bad. And nobody likes me. There's always going to be somebody that like you. But sometimes you surrounded in today's world around people that don't like anybody. If you're not doing if they're a narcissist, you're not doing what they say, you're not doing what they do, you're not doing what they want to do, they ain't going to want to deal with you anyway. If you think different from them in today's world, you're going to be by yourself, and that's fine. Because you're supposed to be seeking God first anyway, and second, you're supposed to love yourself. Who's your best friend? Look up like that to the heavens. Who's your second friend? Go look in the mirror. Now, any other additives to that? Hopefully. People don't know. If you a cell phone junkie, I already know you're not going to be anyone's best option in terms of friendship. You're not. I know another guy, when we worked together, man, that dude had my back, man. Now it's like you text him, he don't even text people back. Everybody be like, yeah, he don't text back. That's just the way it is now. So like I say, number one, you more than likely don't have that many friends because of social media. The people who have friends and still deal with their friends, they had those friends and they established friendship with those friends before social media, before Facebook, before cell phones. Like a couple of the guys that I still talk to, I knew them before all of this. So if a person leaves your job that you was real cool with, and now you don't hear from them no more, don't worry about it. They corrupted by today's world. Don't worry about it. Again, your number one option is in above all these galaxies. Your number two option is that person you see when you look in the mirror. Because these people are being corrupted by the anti-social media. Now, sometimes you'll meet somebody online and you'll click. But I'm telling you, many people are getting gaslighted. Many people are getting stood up. All these negative things dealing with people online. Do not expect people online to become your friends. Don't expect it. It could happen, but don't think, don't put no feeling, no mind, no heart into the negativity that you experience online. Whether it's you playing video games or whatever it is, don't worry about it. And we're going to close this out. I told you we're going to keep talking about this. Social media is making people antisocial. So do not think it's unusual. That's why I gave you that story. If you don't have friends, it's nothing unusual. Don't worry about it. Just make casual acquaintances. Have friends for a season. Understand that some friends are just for a season. When they leave, when that connection is lost, you're not going to hear from them anymore. Don't worry about it. You graduate from college, you leave the college, some of your friends that you thought, oh, he got my back, he been looking out for me, they might not be in your life. That happened to me. A couple of my college friends, and it was kind of my fault. They were trying to establish the connection. I didn't establish the connection. So by the time I tried to reestablish the connection with one of them, he was already married. His wife was reading my Facebook posts, had a problem with it, and it wasn't reestablished. So how many of us have friends? Not many, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Learn how to entertain yourself. Because when you start dealing with these people are evil at best for most of them. So you may be praying for a headache. And on that note, we're going to close this friend edition. Young people, focus on your education. Focus most importantly on your spiritual life. Focus on staying healthy, eating healthy. Get up in the morning, stretch. If you can, watch the sunrise. Enjoy life. We'll be continuing this. Thanks for watching.